Alrighty. Money comes to those who are patient. We've been waiting. There's been a lot of fear in the streets. We felt like we wanted to quit, and all of a sudden, boom! Or out of nowhere, you could see how we started to get a massive reaction. A short squeeze has started. I still think there's possibly a bigger short squeeze. I feel the bears are going to want to try hold this level right now, and they're going to try force it to come down. Guys, this is massive. It's massive that we are getting a good amount of volume, not crazy volume. Remember what I spoke about? It takes the volume to get it to the major weekly trend, because this is what has happened in the last 24 hours. Massive push, right? Look at the crypto bubbles. Look at this. When last we have a day like this? It's been a while. But now, let me actually go back and show you. Let me show you. Let's get this over here. Remember where we are. Look how cute this little weekly candle is. It's massive, right? Big day. Look. This could be a start to something big. This could be us going to the top of the range. I still feel that next year we got a depression mode, but this can be a start to 4 weeks, at least 3 to 4 weeks of insane gains again. End of the day, the range has gotten bigger. It means you need to be very structured of not chasing the pump, buying pullbacks, learning how to trade bull flags. And these are all things that I'm going to go through in the show. I'm going to go through where Bitcoin goes next, what I'm thinking next, where's a good area to possibly top up, where will the bears try to keep control, what are the altcoins next? Because for me, it's still a Bitcoin solo, a Bitcoin and ETH breakout now. For me, altcoins still have a very long way to go. And the altcoin squeeze has not happened just yet. Guys, it is exciting to be here. It's exciting to be patient. And I think we are in for something amazing. No more wasting time. James, smash the button.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tells us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? It's a good day. It feels great to finally have a crypto pump. I hope you're all having a great day out there. I hope you're all doing fantastic. Good morning. What's up? Guys, we got to celebrate. We've been through so much torture and such a hard, last few weeks. But I'm very proud of you for all of that has stayed. And they now understand that we do get rewarded if we stay focused, we stay planned, and we keep learning throughout these times. And end of the day, we don't know when that switch flips and all of a sudden the market can just go crazy. And we saw that yesterday, and it might turn into something a lot bigger. We do know we are still in a downtrend, but ultimately, we can turn at any point. And I'll give you both scenarios. So guys, if you are new, smash the subscribe button. If you're part of the family, smash that like button. Remember, guys, if you are trading or you're part of the competition, remember the competition, guys. We got the ByBit and the BitGet competition where you can win up to $100,000 in prizes. It's not all about making the prize money. It's more about you rating yourself, trading with others, seeing how people can actually make money out there. Because if you do have a look, people are making money. There's actually a lot of good traders out there. So it is possible to be done. So remember, guys, in order to enter the competition or even get into our major Discord, look to sign up on our links below. You got to be using one of our exchange links, ByBit, BitGet, even OKX as well, which is new. We're enjoying them. They are new sponsors of the show, so shout out to them as well. And if you do have those links, it can get you onto the VIP where you get tons of calls. We had many calls yesterday, which went really well. And if you want to join the competition, you'll click on either of these links over here. Right now, I'm sitting... I'll have a look. I'll open the ByBit one. I think I'm 30th in ByBit. I made a silly mistake yesterday, guys. Silly mistake. I thought I was going to market execute. I was sitting fourth in the ByBit one. And I thought I'm a market execute. Let me take profits. But the limit order was actually there. And it was a limit order from early in the morning. So it ended up selling me at very minimal profits. So it was kind of annoying. But ultimately, the BitGet one, I'm second. I was first. I see this guy. He wants to go. So let's go, bro. Let's go. I'm coming for you. I'm taking a little bit of a breather. But ultimately, we're having a lot of fun out there, guys. If you want to join the competition, it's a lot of fun. We are extending the time. I think we're extending it by another. Let me actually ask the boss. Boss? Oh, he's not there. Random man. Okay. My boss is not here. My boss will be here shortly. We'll ask him how long. I think we're extending it by another month. Remember, guys, to be following me on Twitter as well. Very important. This is sort of where I feel. Guys, I've spoken about this. Where we were on the cheat sheet. The cheat sheet. Where are we on this? And I kind of felt that we were at this anger stage here. Where previously we had the sort of short-term capitulation. Then we had anger. I felt angry last week. And basically we were looking at this leg over here, this little push-up. And what I did is I did put it on the chart on the weekly, and it actually started to make sense. It started to make sense with the euphoria of the previous all-time high. We then started this trend to the downside. And then we broke this trend. We said this trend line would be the one that can give us an indication that we're possibly leaving the anger stage. We have a rally to the top of the range again, and then possibly depression later. So until proven wrong, I still think this is the plan. I still think we're still going to have a decent rally. For me, we're only here. We only just started, and we are starting to get that momentum now. I still think there's a lot more to come, especially within the altcoins as well. But I'm still prepping that possibly early next year, we still hit the depression stage. But this is why I'm focusing on really strong TP strategies and that going up on this actual next leg. Random man, are you sharing screen there, bro? You're on me. I can't hear you, bro. I can't hear you. Okay, Rand, do sign language for the show, bro. There's James. I'll bring you back now. So ultimately, that's still how I'm trading. If things change and all of a sudden we break through here, we'll change strategies. But for now, let's stick to, we're still in a downtrend. We could still go in accumulating, but let's actually have a look what has happened over the last few hours. Random man.
Sheldon, no.
Yo. What's happening, bro?
How are you doing in the trading competition, bro?
Second and like 30th. So
really,
yeah, second and 30th. Not bad. Not bad. Run, I'm trying my best. I want to win both. Just for fun.
Really, eh?
Yeah, because let's win both, and then let's drop the best technical analysis school.
I made a mistake. I made a mistake in competition again. I made a mistake.
Red. I will give you the first spot in the sniper school. First spot, brother. Just to help you with these and just to help you get through it. And because I believe you're actually good. I looked at your positions. You would have been close to top 10 if you didn't make that silly mistake.
If I traded right, if I hadn't made the stupid mistake, and the mistake was all I did was I just put too much money in the account. But if I hadn't put too much money in the account, I think I would have been close to the number one spot. I'll show you. Just quickly log in. I just don't want people to see.
Dude, isn't it fun? Isn't it fun now to actually be able to be in the competition and the market's doing this now? Because we were like, come on, man, we needed to move. Instead of 19,000. It's actually nice that we got a raging market now.
Here is my mistake. So my mistake is, you see, I did this GMX trade. I put $2,000 in the account. I did this GMX trade. I made 114%, and I did the near trade, and I made 33%. So
you would have been close to top 10, bro.
I would have been top 10 if I left. But the thing is, I left money in the account. I left $600.
Yeah, you only entered in like half of the total money, and it takes So remember the competition, guys. It takes it off the whole amount that you have in that account. So if it's $250, it takes it off that whole $200. So if you only trade with $100, it still only counts for the $250.
Oh, Frankie P says, Frankie P says he's 8th on ByBit.
Nice.
Let's see.
Just entered the competition yesterday. Right on time. Well done.
Yeah, Frankie P.
Well done. Guys, there's still time. Rand, quick question on this. How long is this competition being extended
End
for?
of November. So last day of November.
Okay, so many people. So there's still a lot of time, guys.
as the clock turns December, the competition ends and we pay out the 150,000 or whatever the number, the amount of money is. That's what we pay out. See, right now on ByBit, 1,251 people playing with us. BitGet, I think, is about the same. So yeah, sign up on one, sign up on both, and let's have some fun. Sheldon, let's talk about the markets, bro, because I actually tuned in to listen, not to talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want to know what you
about you spoke about the. Okay, so what I'm speaking is we zoomed in yesterday. We're like, holy shit, what a big day of bullishness. Ultimately, what it comes down to is this long weekly trend that we broke 2 weeks ago. The market didn't do much, but now we can start to see how the market is reacting here. We still have zero volume. So for me, the true squeeze has not happened just yet. I still think there's a bigger squeeze, and I'll zoom in and I'll show you where I'm thinking the area.
You know what? Let me just tell you guys exactly what's going on. We don't need Sniper for this. We really don't. Okay, so let me explain to you guys what to watch if you're watching the charts. There's really 3 charts that you should be watching. The first chart is Bitcoin, and if you can look at Bitcoin, we broke the trend that started in June. We've now reversed that trend. We've closed over that trend with decent volume yesterday. The second chart that you want to be looking at is you want to be looking at what caused that. What caused that is the Dixie. Now, in the Dixie, we had 2 breakdowns in the Dixie. The first breakdown came earlier on in the day where we broke through this parabola. So you can see that we got this parabola on the Dixie that we have been in since May or June. That's the yellow line. That's the parabola. And you can see not only did we break through the parabola yesterday, but we also broke through the trend that has been going. So we have 2 great breakthroughs in the Dixie. The last breakthrough that we're looking for is on this chart over here, which is the US 10-year. Okay, so that's the breakthrough that we want.
I didn't get that.
Oh, shut up.
Could you try again?
Even Siri is not getting it. All right, so then you got the trend that's happened since mid-July on the 10-year government treasury yield. And you can see that, again, that's now broken below trend. So you got 3 confirmations. Okay, so you got 3. Leave me alone. I'm live now. I'm doing a show. So you got 3 confirmations here. Now, the next confirmation which you want to be looking for is you want to be looking at the US tech. So we had a very interesting so on the US tech, let me just get that right. Leave me alone. I'm live on Sheldon. How rude. What you can see is you also had a breakthrough. You also had a breakthrough of the US tech over there. So we broke out of that trend over there. So you had the US tech also doing it. So question is, why is this all happening? The answer is very simple. Two things. One is we're short. Too many people were short. There was too much short leverage. The second thing is midterm elections are coming up in 2 weeks. And as a result of that, that's what's happening. All right. So that was
where do I buy and where do I sell?
Where do you buy and where do you sell? Oh, okay.
No, I love the new TA show. So I just want to know where do I buy Bitcoin? Where do I sell? What am I looking at? What's the key indicators?
Okay, so I'll show you. Let me just help you. Okay, so what you can see here is that if you look at Bitcoin, you've broken through this 20,422 support, but we haven't closed above that. So we've got to break above that support level over there. If we break above that support level over there, we have a little bit of a resistance at 21,861. We could break that. The next resistance is at 22,720. If we break that resistance, the next resistance we're looking for this 25,115. You got it?
I got it. And where do I buy Bitcoin?
You buy on the retest of the line. So you're looking to buy anywhere around between $19,500 and $20,000. Just the retest onto that trend line. What else do you want to
know? Where is the concern level? If I buy there, like where does this get invalidated? Okay, and it's a fake out?
If we break back below the trend line, so you can see we printed a higher high over here. You see, so that was the higher high from the 5th of October. We didn't close above. You see, so you got to be really smart here. So what you can see here is we wicked above that level, but we didn't close above that level. So what you want to see today is you want to see a close above that level, but then that's not enough. Because what you want to do is you want to validate that with a higher high on the NASDAQ. Now, on the NASDAQ, again, you can see on the futures, 11,570, we didn't close there. We went above there to 11,690 yesterday. But then we came back after Google reported earnings. So if you want a good validation, if you want a really, really good validation, this is what you should be looking out for. One, you want Bitcoin to stay above this trend line. 2, you want Bitcoin to print a higher high. 3, if we're lucky, you want Bitcoin to break this 21,800 level. Cool. When that happens, you go to the NASDAQ, you want the NASDAQ to print a higher high. If the NASDAQ prints a higher high, or if you're not convinced, then what you want to be doing is you want to be going to the Dixie. You want to make sure that the Dixie closes below this trend line over here, which is the trend line that's been in since around June. You want to make sure that we close below. Looks like we're closing below. Okay, what's going to make that up? I'll tell you what's going to make that up. You want to be looking at 2 currencies. You want to be looking at the JPY USD, which is, sorry, let's look at it the other way around. Let's look at the USD JPY, because that's what's impacting the NASDAQ. What you can see is that we have been, for the last couple of days here, you want to make sure that this JPY closes below the trend line. The other one that you want to be looking at is this one. And what you can see here is there's been a breakout of this chart over here. So, okay, let's look at it the other way around. It just makes it easier. So let's go to GBP USD, not the other way around. Let's quickly go here, because these are the components that make up the Dixie. Now, what you can see here is bang, over there. This is when all the prime ministers and everything are being changed. But now the pound is getting very strong again, 115.55. So that's all the dynamics of all the charts that are in play.
Random man. I'm impressed, bro. I'm impressed. Come on, dude. You stepped up in a. Come on, guys. Give me a minute. That was fantastic, bro. Thank you. Next
All right,
question.
now I'm here for the
Next
real
question. Okay. I was about to jump in now and stuff. Altcoins, bro. Altcoins. I feel the squeeze. So I agree with you 100%. For me, this is still tiny. Like you can't say like, look at the weekly. This is like ultimately we're zooming in for the way bigger move. Do you agree with me on one thing, that this is possibly where we could be on the cheat sheet? Where do you agree? Where are we? So I'm thinking last week we were angry. I was angry. From here, this little leg up. I think the stock markets do pretty terribly at the beginning of next year. Depression. And then I think we start to roll our way up into 2024 and we start to make our way up. I'm sort of prepping myself for that move. Now, either way, it's still a huge move. It's still possibly Bitcoin going to 26 to 30K in that area. And then we can start to have a flush out, maybe the 12K or
Let me ask you a question.
Sort of how I'm trading it now. Go for it.
Let me ask you. Have we had a relief rally or a pump since Bitcoin broke below or broke towards 20,000? Have we had any kind of rally?
Not a real one. Not a real one. We went to 24, 8 or something in that region, but it wasn't the proper relief. And the only way we would know that it was the relief was that weekly trend. Now we know we can actually get a proper relief.
Let's go from close to close. So not wicks. 29% was the best rally that we've had. That's not a rally.
That's not Bitcoin, bro. That's not Bitcoin.
That's not a rally.
Bitcoin, no, that's not a rally.
Look, the one level that we really want to close above, but I think we still got a lot of work to do, is the 200 MA, the 200 weekly moving average. We still got a long way to go before we close there.
Yes, I think that's a big level to focus on, and I think even the 200-day is also big. I think it's sitting at 27K.
Yeah,
so that's sort of the areas on where I think we go next.
So I just want to show you something. This is the relief rally after 2017, 2018. Okay. And that's 345%.
Yeah.
That was the Bitcoin relief rally in 2017 and 2018. 345%.
Okay, we haven't had. Yeah, it's just the stock. As long as the world can stop falling down for just a second, I think we can have that rally. We just need that stocks, and we just need the Dixie. At least Dixie and that now. This is big trends. It's trends basically from the beginning of the year. That up Dixie and that up 10-year yield. So if we can drop that, it's giving us a good 2-3 month indication. Then I think we can hit those levels. So we spoke about, and I know you're going to speak about it later on the squeeze, that this yesterday did create a short squeeze. Dude, look how the volume was terrible. Like it's not even crazy volume when it comes to the volume. Took it for us to break through that weekly. That's where the true volume came in. But we got a squeeze here, and we basically came to this area. Now I'm looking at that was a cute squeeze. I kind of feel that was the starter, not the main meal. For me, the main meal is this one over here, this low here. Look how big this gap is over here. The break of, and that's why we literally stopped to the dollar on this recent little push up over here. It's basically around the 20,800. I think it's crucial before we even come test any retest or anything like that. I think it's crucial we do break through that. We break through that. I see the move continue this fast. Ultimately, this is looking like an upside down bar to me, where it's a strong leg down here. And if we break here,
let me show you something. So so look at that level on Bitcoin. Just go to that level on Bitcoin.
Okay, it's 20,800.
20,800, which is exactly where Bitcoin stopped. Now look here. In order for us to print a higher high, we have to go above this level over here, which is
exactly
11,600. We wicked over it yesterday, but we closed at like 11,540. So you see, like the two of them are tickling the. If we can break through that resistance that you showed, and then we can on the Nasdaq close above this thing here, we'll do well. But I think it determines if it's a pump, if it's a breakout or fake out. Where we at right now? Exactly. It's exactly that level. So what I was looking at here is, for me, this high here, there's got to be a lot of stops here. This is where the bears are going to try hold. And for me, this is where a short squeeze actually starts, this big gap over here. And if it does, we do get that acceleration. For me, Bitcoin goes to 22 to 23 from here first, before we get any real decent sort of pullback from that. The gap is pretty big. And you see the same thing if you look at the ETH chart. You look at the ETH chart, look how all of a sudden this area over here, we broke straight through. For me, it's broken this resistance over here. And for me, the next one is the areas of $1,800. So you could see this huge gap that we're seeing with a lot of the altcoins and a lot of the actual tokens. I don't feel the altcoin squeeze has happened yet. I kind of feel that this was ETH, yes, because if you look at ETH and the dominance, like look at ETH dominance, rockets it up. Look at ETH Bitcoin, rockets it up. We spoke about this yesterday, and we can see how this all basically shot through. Dominance, bro. What are we thinking here? Because there's my little drawing of what I thought it would do, and it's doing it exactly as we speak. But if Bitcoin breaks to 25, 28K, what do we think about dominance? Because you were still thinking for 48%. Do you still stick to the thing of dominance goes to 48%? Yes, do you think it's a Bitcoin solo run and then altcoins later? My question is, if the market turns bullish now, would you rather be in Bitcoin or would you rather be in altcoins? If the market turns bullish, I'd rather be in altcoins. But if the market remains bearish, but Bitcoin runs because people are fleeing currencies collapsing, then I'd rather be in Bitcoin. So you got to watch out. So what I'm doing is I'm watching two charts at the same time. I'm watching this GBP USD and the Japanese the JPY USD. For as long as these are recovering, I'm okay. If these start coming down, I want to be in Bitcoin. Okay. If interest rates start to increase again, then I want to be in Bitcoin. I'm just reading a comment here. They got a guy says Rand flaked on his viewers yesterday. Says taking over Sheldon's spot. Tell you why I flaked on my viewers yesterday. Someone hijacked one of my web domains. One of my domains was stolen from and when I say domains, the email accounts, the website from one of our businesses was stolen, and we had to try and recover it yesterday before they started to defraud us. So that's why I flaked yesterday. Anyway, let's talk altcoins, Sheldino. Let's see which altcoins are running.
So obviously, what was interesting yesterday was a Solana pump, big Solana pump, and a big Cardano pump. Obviously, they've been sucking dry and they've been hitting quite hard, but now all of a sudden we have these starting to break the bigger trends, which is really cool to see. Now it's very important, guys, to understand that the only thing that happened in the last 24 hours is the range just got a lot bigger in crypto. So when it comes to this, be very aware of that FOMO feeling and that like buying in too late. You got to stick to the structure of buying the retest and buying back on trends and these sort of things. But Solana for me is now starting to get some great volume. It is one that I'm.
There's a Solana conference in Lisbon happening next week. Not this weekend, next weekend is the Solana conference in Lisbon.
Next weekend. I'm sad I'm not going to be there, but I'm focusing on school. I know you're going to be there. So that makes sense. So for me, Solana is definitely the one that I'm getting on the retest. I'm not foaming right now. There is two options, and it's one thing that I want to explain to you guys. When we get big pumps, guys, and we break these big trends, You're either waiting for the retest and you're buying up. Simple thing. I've taught you guys this many times. Or what's going to happen is we're going to form bull flags. Because if I look here, maybe Solana rejects here. But there's also another big one after that. For me, if Bitcoin runs and it squeezes now, everything's going to continue to run. So the way you do this is if you're going to catch the retest, you be patient, you don't chase the pumps, or you actually see these things start to form the bull flags. And you can see that Solana is currently doing possibly one right now, where it will make the lower high, it will make the higher low. Ultimately, it's going to form this. And you want to be continuing the break of the flags as your buy-ins and sort of way. Stick to those two strategies now. So it's going to prevent you from chasing pumps. The reason why you buy a flag is because it resets the RSIs. So it goes sideways for a little bit, RSIs reset, get a bit of breather, and then we run up. Then it's healthy. But if you just chase a random pump and these sort of things, it can get you into a lot of trouble. So Solana's definitely one. Cardano, boom. All of a sudden, back to life. Why is Cardano pumping, Ron? Just because?
I mean, I think that, you're asking why it's pumping. You should ask why it dumped so hard. Like, the ones that dump the hardest are going to pump the hardest.
Yeah, sort of. So where we're looking at Cardano now, it is hitting resistance. Guys, I want you to get into the habit of don't be afraid if we get to resistance now to bank some sort of profits, because we get it back on retest. Very simple. So for me, I'll be banking in this area, short-term profits definitely, and I can be catching on the retest of the break. But be aware of this breakout here on Cardano, because this for me could just be the start. You know, I spoke about ETH and the squeeze. Look at this. All the stop losses were here. All of a sudden, the squeeze has started. Look how big my range is for the squeeze here. So for me, the altcoins still have a big push. Now, one of the big players here at the moment is MATIC. MATIC's broken a very important high now. It is on its way to the dollar to the 103 area. So I think if you got MATIC on your portfolio, you know, the big area of us to break is this 103. After that, we have a huge gap to 120 to 130. So it's showing a possible 30 to 35% move from MATIC on this break. Don't stick to chasing pumps. Either a flag or retest of support is where you're going to add more to your positions. But definitely MATIC in the area. We got the ALGO entry yesterday. Come on! In the green box yesterday. Boom! We got that spot on yesterday. So that's rallying strong. I think that goes around 36 cents from here. Retest, guys. Now, the next one, also AVAX. Ooh, THETA, guys. THETA. I'm telling you, on the next pullback, I'm loading up a shit ton more of this because THETA I still see going, you know, look at this. I see it going to 1.4 on the 4-hour, 8-hour, these sort of things. On the weekly, I see this bad boy going back up to $4. So we're still sticking to not chasing pumps, and we're going to be protecting ourselves. But ultimately, THETA is still one. We got great entries. I'll protect that entry. This one's interesting, Run. NIA hasn't started yet, bro. There's no movement in NIA yet. And one thing I like about NIA is all the other coins are already starting to break these areas. And for me, NIA's short squeeze is above 3.2. That's where we have this big gap all of a sudden where it takes it to 3.6. What do you think of NIA, bro? Are you still accumulating? Do you have a bag with it?
Long. You see, it's the only one that I've bought in the trading competition other than...
it is taking a little bit of time.
It'll come. Look, I mean, I can't complain. I'm still up a lot on my NIA position, but I just should have bought more.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have the opportunity because if we get rejected here, it's coming for inverse head and shoulders. This is definitely one that's a lot earlier than the rest to be loading up in this area over here for the next push up. I still think from here we go test the major trend, which is sitting around close to $4. So NIA is definitely a big one to play on there. Let's look at the rest. Render's obviously been doing well. I see dots coming to life. Look at dots on the last day coming to life again, starting to break critical levels. Guys, Bitcoin's here already. These altcoins are still sleeping a lot earlier than where they are now. So for me,
we need 2 more days of a Bitcoin pump because people don't believe the pump. That's the problem.
Yes.
People don't believe the pump.
So, which is great.
Yeah. If you believe the pump, if you got some balls and you believe the pump, great. If you don't, well, by the time you believe it, it might be too late. I'm not saying that you should believe the pump. I'm just saying you got to make a decision whether you believe the pump or not.
Yeah, no, I agree. And what's happening here, guys, like we said, you could see very far that the altcoins are delayed. So we're going to be focusing a lot now in the next few days to getting these damn entries. For me, on the retest of Phantom is going to be a great trade. Like the range is just huge. On Chilis with the World Cup coming on, There's our entry yesterday. Boom. Come on. This is on its way now for the next levels. Like, I think a lot of these altcoins are going one at a time. Ron, are you still a believer in A0?
Go to Doge. Go to Doge. I'm going to tell you a little story about Doge.
Tell me. Meme coins, bro. What's happening with this? I think Miles is possibly doing a...
oh, you see what happened with Doge. You see DogeCoin pumping. You know why DogeCoin pumping?
Why?
Elon closed Twitter deal on Friday. And when Elon closes the Twitter deal on Friday, DogeCoin pumping. Because
what do you think he's going to do with it? What's his plan with it?
He already said I mean, if you read that, like the court documents, you could see that they were planning to, like, for example, I'll give you an example. Like, in order to reply to comments, you have to stake Doge. So the reason why you have to stake Doge is because the bots, if you find out that you're a bot,
that's clever.
then they start to stake. So
that's so clever.
Yeah, or like if you want to, for example, if you want to pay, let's say, for example, you've got a community and you want to send them a newsletter, you pay using Doge. So,
okay. Yes, that's smart. Oh,
so, yeah, I mean, it could be, I think, look, you know how I feel about Doge. I'm not going to buy lots of it, but it can happen. Elon said he's closing the Twitter deal on Friday.
I think you got to. If he's doing that, I think we can't counter it out anymore. He loves Doge and he's going to be using it for a lot. Okay, amazing. So I think, guys, ultimately what we're doing here is we're not chasing pumps, bull flags, retests. We continue the momentum. Let's give it another day or two. We want Bitcoin to get above the 20,800 first, in my opinion, before retest. A healthy retest is around 20K. So if we hold that, that's semi-decent. Even the 19.8 sort of the area of where we closed yesterday was important. Ron, is there any other altcoins that's on your radar that we should focus on, either on the retest or something that you think is cheap? What is Ron buying?
I told the community to buy this at like $2 something. Here it is, 376. So I'm watching this one.
Buy it on the retest.
I mean, long term, yes, but short term, I think it's had a good pump. I think it's had a really good pump.
Okay.
Let's quickly look at the rest of my watch list. Look at XRP. Just do me a favor. Look at XRP. Just
yeah, I'll have a look. It's coming, bro. I don't know. So it was obviously how it pains you. Yeah, I can see. So obviously weekly, it obviously had that big spike. It has broken the weekly trend. This is the one we've been speaking about. It did test the key area of resistance, though. So it made sense that it did reject where it rejected. But ultimately, you know, it can hit the runner back to 90 cents. I think that is one. The retest over here, probably if you can catch it early 40 cents. You know, why are you saying XRP? Why?
Because it was quite high.
Great. If you can get it early 40 cents, I think it's great.
Yeah, I've got a small position in XRP in one of my other accounts.
What?
Yeah, very small.
It's
tiny. It's the one that I made money on. It's the one that I made money on the last time. Remember? Ben saying, "Look at Aave." Ben saying, "Look at Aave. Look at Aave." Come on, let's just look at Aave.
Aave is good. So obviously, you know, I went through it. I think 3 weeks ago that the DeFi index did break. So obviously DeFi, you can see sushi yesterday. You can see I haven't charted this in a flipping long time. Obviously weekly, it's insane where we're at right now. I think DeFi is going to run in a hole. I really think DeFi is at a good place. If you look at the index, look at this. Look where we're just starting right now. And you can see it in sushi. You can see it in uni. You can see it in a lot of them. There's big gains here. You know, if we go top of the range, for me, this is a 25K Bitcoin. You know, you're seeing a growth in DeFi as a whole of around 30 to 40%. If we see Bitcoin go to 30K, now all of a sudden you can see how DeFi is following the same chart as Bitcoin. You can looking at 100% up from here in the DeFi index. So I think DeFi is a. Did DeFi die in the last few weeks or the last few months? You know, like because it felt like DeFi, no one is really interested anymore. Like no one is this and that. It kind of feels like we do deserve a DeFi pump. Like it just got a bit too quiet to what it was. It got very quiet actually.
And now is when people are starting to invest. Binance came out the other day and said that they're investing very big in DeFi. DeFi is not going away.
Yeah. So it could be cheap. Ultimately, you look at the weekly chart, it looks cheap. So would you say, Ran, just to finish this off before we jump in, would you say into this pump or into your career, should you focus on having like all the categories? At least make sure you got a token in all the categories. I'm talking DeFi.
Depends what you
I'm
believe
talking
Depends what you believe
smart
in. Depends what you
contracts.
believe in.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, yes, it's what you believe in, but ultimately, they all have a place, and some of them could be most
Believe in
like.
metaverse?
If you want a good diversified portfolio, should you not have a few smart contract coins? Should you not have a few DeFi tokens? Should you not have a few, possibly
If you
NFT
believe in
tokens?
metaverse, if you believe in metaverse, have metaverse. Do you believe in DeFi? Have DeFi. Do you believe in layer ones? Have layer ones. You should mix up your whole portfolio. I would be overweight DeFi and gaming because I think those are the two that are going to smash.
Gaming. What's your gaming tokens? Top 3, top 2. What would you say?
I want to say Vulcan Forged, but only if it's
GALA?
GALA Games, Vulcan Forged. Those are the ones that I'm looking at.
I think you got to have some gaming in the portfolio because I think gaming's the top performer when the market's in bullish. Definitely.
Look at PYR, which
Vulcan
is
Forge.
PYR.
PYR.
Sexy. PYR. It's looking sexy.
Yeah, I'll have a look here. So it's Vulcan
Looking sexy as fuck.
Okay, so you say DeFi and gaming definitely have some. Look at that. It's crazy. Can't believe where does this thing even come from? $40 is where it's been before. So it breaks out. So this one's creating a very beautiful, get used to the horizontal moves, guys. Once it's through there, for me, that squeeze takes us up to higher levels. So it does look cheap. GALA Games looks cheap as well.
Look at this. So the liquidations, look at where the liquidations came from. Almost $1 billion was liquidated on FTX. One position of $600 million. And then the other liquidations are like for the birds, like OKX 91 million, Binance 72 million.
Holy shit, bro! Why though? Why would it be
FTX? Because someone was short on FTX and got squeezed.
Yeah, but he got squeezed big, bro. That's a big player. He got absolutely obliterated. Thank you, my brother. What are you doing on your show later?
I'm talking about how long we think this pump's going to last. I've got a whole lot of data that, well, I'm not going to give it away, but either tells you
the TA. Now you're going to tell them the fundamentals on what you're thinking.
It's just a short squeeze, in which case this pump is ending today or tomorrow, or this is a real bear market rally. Carl just walked in here, and see, as soon as Carl walked in here, the word bear. Carl, where are you in the trading competition, bro?
I think it's 30 and 50th in both. 30th and 50th, somewhere there. Pretty good.
Oh, you're 50, Kyle. Are you 50? Just look where I am, bro. You see, that's where I am. I'm trying to show you that. That's where I am. Come look, bro. Come around here. Just come look. I'm not sure you can see from there. Look, bro. That's me. See, that's me.
But you're not going to close that, so it's probably going to go to miners next week.
Kyle, can Kyle hear me?
Yeah. Wait, Kyle. Bring me one of your shirts from there.
Is he bull or bear? What is he? Is he still bearish?
I'm short-term bullish still.
He's short-term bullish still.
But I'm looking for shorts.
Oh.
But you see, that's the problem with Kyle. He says he's short-term bullish still, but he's looking for shorts. I don't know.
Because
Dude, what's that shirt, bro?
It's Kyle, one of Kyle's shirts from the office. He has a cupboard of
shirt off, bro. Give us a twirl. Give us a twirl, bro. Let's see it.
Yeah, it's one of Kyle's shirts from the office.
Come on, Rad. Look at that, bro.
People are saying I'm too greedy. Do you think I should close? I should close my positions now and stick with 55%. And people are saying I'm greedy. I should do that, right?
Yeah, and get more on the retest. Makes sense.
I'll think about it before my show, guys. I'll see you guys in 2 hours on my show. Sheldon, you get back into your dungeon and form Crypto School, bro. We're launching it in 2 weeks.
Aye, Captain. Got you, bro. Best TA school on the planet. Okay, guys. Thank you. Love you all. We'll see you all tomorrow. Come on, Bulls. Let's end this. I believe Bitcoin flies. I believe it touched the sky. I buy every single dip I can.